TV broadcast of Littleton High School football. My name is Ben Storm, and I'm here along with a good friend of mine, Lincoln Palmer, and we're here today to present to you your Littleton Tigers versus the Ayer Shirley Panthers. Now, heading into this game, Link, they played this team twice last year, the Tigers did. First, it was on week 1. It was a low score. It was 7-zip, all right? They took that one at Ayer Shirley. Then they played last game of the season. It was the Thanksgiving matchup, your own Turkey Bowl. I know, ladies and gentlemen, I know you remember that one. It was 35-18. That was a good game for your hometown Tigers. Now, Link, those were some good fought games. We saw some great defense there from the Littleton Tigers during those matchups. And with all this being said, Link, what are the keys to this game?
You know, Ben, it's great to be back, great to be alongside you again. If you want to get to the keys tonight, you got to understand a thing or two about rivalries, you know?
Yep.
You got the Yankees, you got the Red Sox, you got the Celtics, you got the Lakers, right? Synonymous to that, you got the Littleton Tigers and the Ayer Shirley Panthers.
Yep.
These two have been going at it since football's been a thing. Let's not forget, 2 years ago, the Panthers broke a 17-year loss streak against the Tigers. That was over in Ayer. It was a great matchup. Gregory Duchesne had a couple of big-time throws over the top.
He did.
That being said, Panthers handled the Tigers, but bounced back last year with 2 wins, and they're going to look to do that again today.
Here come your Littleton
Now for the
Tigers.
keys. You got to establish the run game, especially at this high school level. And these Tigers look impressive running on.
Absolutely, yes,
off.
here they come. The pack.
Big old 4-4, 5-8. These guys look juiced, ready to roll.
Yes, he does. Okay, Link, so you said the run game. What else?
Obviously, you can't turn the ball over.
You cannot.
You just can't do it at this level. And to go hand in hand with that, you need to make them pay for their turnovers. If you get an interception, if you get a fumble recovery, you gotta make the most of it, and you gotta get points out of it.
Absolutely, you got to take advantage of those mistakes, Lincoln. So what I'm hearing for you is you just want clean, crisp, old school, down in the dirt football, running it down their throat, and I could really go for that one too, Link.
Yeah, that's our style, Ben. It really has been. And let's give a little recognition to the captains, huh? We got Teddy Hunt, number 1 for the Tigers. Nicholas Brooks, number 9. And number 10, Zach Milner. And then the big old lineman, 6'7", Landon Palmer. He's a beast, 2-year captain. I mean, this kid's a dog. We've seen him in warm-ups, man. They got 2 guys on him. He's handling it with ease. We're expecting a big game out of him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Pretty good softball player, too. He's got that hand-eye coordination to go with it. Link, I want to bring up something important. It's not as positive as those other things, but the Tigers are dealing with a little bit of an injury here, an important injury.
Yeah, this is bad news, really bad news, and your heart goes out for the kid. And that's Evan Manda. We were expecting to call his name a lot tonight. I mean, the kid is an absolute dog. Just makes every play you expect him to make, and then some. We were expecting him to be at the quarterback position today. But unfortunately, he's gone down with a little bit of meniscus trouble, and he's going to be out for quite a few weeks. We're really hoping he gets back come November and hopefully get some playoff time in. But the Tigers are without a stud, man. That's their guy right now as far as I'm concerned. So hopefully somebody can step up and fill his role till he can come back and take it over.
He was, Link. He was one of those blue-chip players here for the Littleton Tigers. Another thing I want to bring up before this game starts is the reemergence of defensive coordinator, Coach Carlo Ferrante. Now, Link, both me and you had some experience being coached by this guy, and he is the real deal.
Yeah, absolutely. As far as I'm concerned, he's the best defensive coordinator in Central Mass football. He is unbelievable, and we're going to break for the anthem, but we're definitely going to talk more about him tonight. This afternoon, excuse me.
And what a beautiful rendition that was here at Alumni Field. Link, it's a really beautiful day. It's some perfect weather for some football. There's the sun out. Like we were saying, it's getting a little hot, Link.
Yeah, I mean, this is beautiful. This is beautiful weather if you're one of the skill guys, but if you're one of the fat linemen, this is terrible. You want it to be like 50 degrees, maybe 60 with no sun, but it is warm out on the field. I saw a thermometer of about 83, and I think the turf easy adds 5 degrees. You're probably looking at 90 degrees on the turf. So,
right.
And these bleachers are staring right into the sun, so we're thankful to be under some cover, but.
Yeah, they are, Link. They are. This is when you're conditioning in the dead of summer. Those hot days are running back and forth on this field, and it's about at least 10 degrees hotter than this. This is when it all comes to pay. It pays off when you're in shape and you've been running more than the other team has. So let's see. Let's see who has come into this game more prepared.
Absolutely, and with a lot of guys playing two sides of the ball, you got to stay hydrated. That's number one, because you can't be having those calf cramps, those things going down. You got to stay hydrated. You got to be ready to go. And that starts as of last night.
Right.
You got to be getting the fluids in you last night.
Link, speaking of preparation, it is definitely worthy to note that Ayer Shirley has already played one game. They did win. They won by 4 points, I believe. Maybe was it Groton Dunstable, Lincoln?
Correct. Yep, it was GD, and we did not make it out to that game. But what we heard from people who watched it is we weren't sure if they were playing poorly or little muff through the back of the end zone. That's going to be a touchback, but a little scary for the Panthers to start off.
Ball rolls into the end zone.
Back to what we were saying about the GD game. You're not really sure if it's the first week, things are not going,
right.
It's not clean, or is it just a good physical game? We'll find out.
Right. Were both teams really good, or were both teams making a lot of mistakes?
All right, so it looks like Bobby Manchester, the 6'2 senior, is going to be at the helm for the Panthers.
Yeah, this kid's pretty athletic. Last season, I know he started the season as quarterback, and then he ended up moving on to wide receiver, so he can definitely run and throw here.
Yeah, dual threat. They're going to hand it off to the right side, make a man miss, and Tigers do a nice job stuffing the run.
That's going to be Manny Gabino for a gain of maybe 3 or 4, and also another familiar name. What I remember about this kid is he just keeps his legs going. He's not the tallest guy in the world. Got him listed here at 5'9", and but he just keeps his legs moving. He keeps that low center of gravity.
Yeah, that Gambino name. You don't forget that. You don't forget that. All right, so now we got second and about 8, 7.5 maybe. Let's see if they test out the run. Dual threat quarterback. They got a couple big boys in the backfield with them. Looks like Dominic, quarterback keeper over to the right, makes a man miss, but then swarmed. Probably get another gain of, call it 4.
Yeah, Link Manchester running off tackle there, and that ball was looking a little loose. Looks like maybe he's going to fumble it. Maybe they can punch that one out.
Yeah, it always starts to look a little juicy when it's starting to get thrown around. So third and about 1.5.
Let's see if the Tigers can get the Panthers off the field there. That would be huge.
Yeah,
got them go 3 and out.
A big 3 and out would be big. Now let's see. They're probably going to go a little power right, I would guess here. They got one back, 2x2 look, drops back, and a little out route, and he's going to get the first down and then some, a gain of about 12.
Link, what happened there is Littleton, can't say they made the wrong play here, but it was 3rd and 2, and they sent the all-out blitz, and Manchester reads it. He finds his man in the flat that's uncovered. Normally if you're playing zone, someone's going to be covering that man, but they blitz him, and that's what happens when you blitz. You're a man short, and there's a man open for the first.
Yeah, absolutely. That was Brady Queeran, the tight end and defensive back, with a little 2-yard out route, and I mean that's a good job situationally, knowing where you got to get to. Another 2x2 look, man in motion.
It's going to be Gabino.
Little buck sweep to the right. Oh, nice tackle there. And that was King Peru.
Peru with a nice tackle there after 2.
Put a nice staple on him, make him pay for his gain of 2 yards.
Short gain on the play.
Someone there a little slow to get up. I believe that might be delayed McCoy.
Now he's got to be graduated by now. That was Alejandro, the catcher for the Littleton baseball team.
Oh, yeah. He was a nice kid back in the day, Link.
Yeah, we had some experience with him. Joey Clayton snaps the ball. Quarterback option. Oh, Prue almost had a hand on it. But a big gain for JT Brenson.
They were down there in the backfield, closing in on the quarterback. It was a good move by him to flip it out, and a good read option play there.
Yeah, nice play by the quarterback. It was a little last minute. You'd like to see that a second earlier. Now that brings down a third and about 1.5, maybe 2.
Yeah, it's a long yard, Link, is what it is. And, you know, if you're Ayer Shirley, hey, on 3rd and 2, they did pass it last time. So I wouldn't be surprised if they pass it again here. But if I'm them, I'm just running this one right in between the tackles, right up the gut and the A-gap.
Yeah, you know Ferrante's going to bring some blitzing here. Absolutely. They got 4 down linemen. Oh, he looks so a little offsides for me, but snaps the ball, quarterback keeper. Oh, makes a man miss. Oh, and a nice stuff by the defense. That's Milner.
Really good job containing the quarterback there. Link, I would have preferred Gabino downfield on that one, but instead they go with the Manchester QB keeper. He's dancing around the backfield. That's the play. You just got to take it up the gut. You know, you got to take your losses. You can't be dancing around the backfield. You got 1 yard. They are going to go for this on 4th and 1, ladies and gentlemen, and this could be huge. Tigers can stop them and get some great field position on the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and that's a great tackle by Milner. He had 100 tackles his sophomore year, so I expect him to find the ball, sniff it out, and make some plays for the Tigers. I would expect some blitzing again. Oh!
Big
false start for the Panthers. The right side of the line was on a different page.
Yeah, and that's going to move them 5. So instead of 4th and 1, we're going to have 4th and 6, and that is going to be a big difference. We'll see if they still elect to go for it.
It looks like that's going to bring the punting unit out. Game's early. 4th and 1, I love going for it. You know, that's the right call. But 4th and 6,
yeah,
let's boot it away.
You got to punt that one. You know, be one thing if you're on the Tigers side of the field here, but you're not.
Punter. Oh, that's a
little shankaroo. It's about good for a 9-yard kick or 8-yard kick there.
Yeah, that's not good. There's no way of cutting that. That was William Dash, the 5'8", $150 kicker. And probably should have went for it like we were saying prior to that.
Yeah, looked like he just shanked it. Maybe caught the laces. Maybe his toe caught the laces, but he boots that one out of bounds, and the Tigers are left with great field position. You gotta love it.
Yeah, I mean, situationally, you got to know if you're the Panthers, what do you got in the leg? If you got Cordy Shear back there, I say let's let him kick it, you know. But a little bit of change from last year, and that's Landon Palmer in at center.
Let's see what this first offensive series is like for the Tigers.
A 3-by-1 look with Milner behind him, and handoff up the middle.
That's
gets a
hole,
hole, makes a man miss. Oh, nice play, Milner.
Milner chugs for about 20.
And this kid is something special, man. He just makes people miss, and then if you tee him up, he'll just run you over.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. When he gets low, he lowers the shoulder. He also knows how to make a finesse move. As Lincoln was saying, he'll go around you or he'll go through you. And that time, I believe he gets 19. Moves the chains here, and the Tigers are already on the Panthers' 40-yard line.
Teddy Hunt is in for a quarterback instead of Evan Milner. And not Evan Milner, Evan Mano. Milner's in the backfield. Yeah, 3-by-1 look to the short side, and quarterback keeper Teddy Hunt makes one man miss, dive for about a gain of 2.
Teddy Hunt, the keeper.
And that was Joey Clayton, the center, in for the tackle.
You know, I think we can expect to see a lot of running here from number 1, Hunt. You know, he's an athletic. I mean, he played wide receiver last year, Link. He's an athletic guy. And, you know, if you have a running quarterback, it always keeps the defense on their toes. So I'd expect them to run him a lot tonight.
Another thing we failed to mention is the Tigers are under new lead at the program. Justin Leonard is the new head coach and offensive coordinator for the Tigers.
I believe he was the D coordinator last year, stepping up into Asante Easter's role.
Hand up through the middle, and Milner a gain of about 8.
And it looks like that's going to be enough to move the chains. So Tigers a nice first drive, just keeping it on the ground like Lincoln was saying. His keys to the game, the Tigers must have heard him because they are running this ball and they're running it good.
First and 10 for the Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting bulk yardage like this, I think you just kind of keep going until they stall out.
Right.
Now, Ben, you were a center, so Landon Palmer, first-year center as a senior. What's kind of the key for him to keep his calm, not being used to that position?
You got to focus on 2 things, Link. Your job is 2 tasks. One, you get the ball to the quarterback, and then you make your block. If you don't get the ball to the quarterback, you're not doing your job. So you got to focus on that, and then you got to focus on getting your block.
So Milner, another gain of 8 there.
A lot of times, Link, as a center here, if we're still going on this,
if
we're still going on the lineman talk.
Yeah, we know once we get you going about center, you keep going. But I want to hear more about it.
You want to snap that ball before you want to go to get your block before you snap that ball. And what happens is you end up snapping it a little too quickly. It'll end up going left or right because you're getting out of your stance early, and that's not good. It needs to be a good snap.
Very good insights from the center and Ben. Now 3-by-1 look. Teddy going to look to air it out here. Back to Milner on the ground. Gets a little less of a hole, and that's going to be a gain of about 2.
Yeah.
It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Panthers wisen up a little bit to the run here, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Tigers go right back to it here on 3rd and short. They might just run this ball twice.
Substitution for the Tigers, Alejandro back in on the offensive line here. Yeah, 3rd and 1. I think it's a no-brainer. You put the ball on the ground twice here.
Right.
If it's me, I'm pulling the center, going right behind him.
Absolutely.
And Teddy in the shotgun. Little motion, kick out block, and he'll get it.
Yeah.
Milner gets about 5.
Well, they really did just run behind the center there. A little down block there from number 67, Landon Palmer. It opens up that A gap. Huge and really easy first down for the Tigers.
A great block by the wide receiver, and that's Brooks. He laid a nice block on whoever the DB was, and he's one of those guys that if you're playing against him, he's a lot like Will Allen was. You just hate the kid. He's just a nuisance. He just drives you up a wall.
Right.
And
gets in mentally gets to you.
But when he's on your team, can lay the wood. 2-by-2 look. Man in motion. Quarterback keeper. Oh, nice cut up the middle. He's got blockers out in front. And he'll be down at about the 2-yard line.
Great long time-consuming drive here for the Tigers. We're almost under 3 minutes here, just about, and this first quarter is almost done already.
Yeah, Teddy's doing a great job with these option plays. He's really holding it. He's taking an extra second to really make that defender pick a man, and then Teddy's either pulling or giving and he's been making a great read.
They're at the 1-yard line. They gotta end up stuffing this one in, finish this drive off. Let's see if they can do it here on 1st.
1st and 1. 4 plays to get a yard. Gut check time. Tigers, man in motion. Comes wide. Flips it over.
Toss.
Cuts it up the middle, and he'll be in. Great play by the Tigers.
Yeah, it was a great play. Tyler Bronco is going to take that one in for the Tigers' first touchdown of the season. Link, like you were saying, good play call. It really was, because I think everybody in the stadium thought they were going to take that between the tackles, run it right up. Instead, they run a nice little sweep to the right side, and Bronco dives right in to break the play.
Yeah, absolutely. Great play call, great execution. Bronco, 1 play, 1 touch, 1 yard, 1 touchdown.
Yep, and now he's going to kick his own extra point.
Bronco's got a pretty good boot on him. He's been working at camps all summer, from what I've heard. And that looks like it went through with ease and about halfway to the middle score.
Yeah, great job by the Tigers to get on the board first. Hey, they a big false start there by the Panthers at midfield, and the Tigers took advantage. They took advantage of that bad punt as well. Took it right down the field.
Well, it looks like Alejandro's putting in a little bit of work with the trash can.
No, that's one thing you don't learn behind the plate. They don't have you running this much.
Yeah, sometimes these warmer games you can.
Well, you were saying it, Link. These big guys want it to be about 50 and snowing.
Yeah.
And instead, it's about 85 and the sun's out.
Oh, what can you do? Well,
So follow that group. The Athletic Police Association has a whole bunch of new swag.
Well, Link, it's going to be very interesting to see how the Panthers combat that drive by the Tigers. I mean, they got to come out here, it seems like, because the Tigers just look dominant on that.
yeah, the Tigers definitely were showing who's boss in terms of the run game and the line of scrimmage, but the Panthers got time. They don't. They need a good drive here. That's what they need.
They
and
need
hopefully they can get some points. But the Panthers did look good. They were driving. They had let's not forget it was 4th and 1, and then the whole right side of the field decided to go ahead of the rest. So they're all right. They just need to put together a drive here.
They do. And on the flip side, if the Tigers can keep running the ball like that, it's going to be very hard for the Panthers to come back.
Nice boot by Branco here. That's going to be about the 5-yard line. Oh, a little hot to handle. And the Panthers return to about the 20, and then it'll be thrown down at the 21.
Yeah, already seen some kickoff troubles here. So that was a good boot. It was deep, and it was high up in the air, and allowed the Tigers' special teams to get down the field and cover it.
So, Stormwood, you've had some experience returning kickoffs and punts. When that ball is coming at you and it's twirling, how do you stay calm and collective to make sure you catch that ball clean?
Well, Link, it's like a fly ball in baseball. You take that your first step's got to be back. It can't be in because you can't overrun it and then it goes behind you, dribbles down the end zone. That's just not good.
All right, Bobby, a handoff up the middle. Nice move. Trucks a man, but then finally brought down.
That's a big man right there in JT Bresnahan. They got him listed here at 6'1", 210, and he looks about every one of those 210 pounds.
Yeah, that's a big boy. That's a big boy.
No, you do. And that's tough. It's tough to lower your shoulder on those guys. You got to hit them low. You got to go after the lower half, and you got to wrap them and bring them down.
And for the Tigers, looks like Jake Talgarelli is dealing with a little bit of leg stiffness. But the Tigers sniff out that option play for a loss of 1.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of success on these QB keepers for the Panthers so far.
In terms of an offensive scheme, I don't like the quarterback running to the sideline to get the play every time. To me, it's a lot of running for your guy. Let's get some hand signals. Let's fly, man. Let's keep it moving. And now the 2-by-1 look with 2 backs. Oh, makes a man miss, but swallowed up. And that's big old Owen Reedy.
Yeah, Link, I'm not sure if it was a miscommunication there between Manchester and Gabino, but that looked like a broken play. And the Tigers just swarmed the backfield. And as Coach Ferrante says, the potty's in the backfield, and we're bringing the chips and the soda.
And the soda. The Tigers swallowed up. It looked like they mishandled the snap, and at that point, JT was already past Bobby, so he decided just to keep it, and then by the time he turned around, Griffin McClaster was up on him in his grill, but then Owen Reedy came to swallow it up.
Yeah, Lincoln, speaking of the Reedies, we just want to give a quick shout-out to our out-of-state viewers here in Tennessee, the Reedy grandparents. It's always nice of them to watch.
Yeah, good group of people. I've had the pleasure to meet them a couple times, and every time you want to say, "Oh, when do I get to see these guys again?" Great group of people, great family, all the way down to Liam, who we graduated with.
Right.
Good group of people. All right, so the Panthers used a timeout there. They're going to rethink things. There's a minute to go in the quarter. third and about 10. Oh, no. That's third and about 21.
Yeah, big backup last play.
Third down for the Panthers.
All right, so they're going to go empty back. Bobby at the helm. 2-by-2 look. 3-by-2 look, excuse me. Drop back. Owen Reedy
With the pressure.
flushes the pocket. Airs it out. Oh, that might be pass interference, but intercepted by Teddy Hunt. Reversing field. Cuts back. And he'll bring the ball back to the 40-yard line.
There is some laundry on the field. I did see some interference here, Link. I'm not sure that's what called because there's no flag in the secondary.
Yeah, the flag is in the backfield. It's possible it's a holding, or I'd hate to see a late hit. That would be bonehead on the Tigers' part.
It is going to be a personal foul on Littleton.
And you know what, Ben?
But the ball's still, it's after the play. So it's probably going to be backed up from the 40-yard.
It was probably a block in the back. I think that's a personal foul.
Yeah, yes, it is, Link. Ladies and gentlemen, and I wish we could, it's not like, it's not like Fox Sports where we have, the microphone on the ref. We just simply can't exactly tell what they're saying. We do know it was a personal foul and it was on the Tigers, and it still will remain their ball. But they are going to be backed up a little bit here.
Now, there is some unhappy parents shouting from the rooftop and letting the referees hear about it a little bit. Personally, I did not watch that play. I didn't see what the call was about.
No. Lincoln, if anything, I thought they were going to call interference here on the short side of the field because it looked like there was some contact as that ball was in the air.
It's almost like it was a dead ball from where they intercept. Like, that was more than 15 yards. So it is Littleton ball. I'm not sure if it's if it's dead from where he intercepts it.
First and 10 for Littleton.
So anyways, the Tigers trot out their offense here after the turnover by the big interception from Teddy. Now in a 2-by-2 look with one back and a little bit of whistle action before we get into that play.
It's going to be pre-snap. But this one might be on the Tigers.
Not seeing a call here yet.
No call has been made yet.
The official looks like he's going the other direction.
The head chief did throw the flag. He looks like he's going to pick it up.
Yeah, good call. I mean, this is in Littleton. Yeah, Littleton player moves a little bit before the snap. I mean, come on, we know where we're at. We're in Littleton.
Let it slide,
Let's pick it up. Let's get back to playing.
Yeah, the sun's shining. There's some glare. It's causing a little confusion. You got a little benefit of the doubt. The neighborhood rule.
All right, Landon trots out to get the ball here.
Yeah, he hustles up to that line. I was always a stroller over, but good for him.
Yeah, I think I'd be a little slower to it too, but Panthers with a 3-man front, and they're going to swallow Milner up for a loss of about 2.
Yeah, that was blown up. Left side of the line there.
Second down.
And second and about 11, excuse me.
I think that's the first negative play that the Tigers have run all day, and their first bad run of the day as well.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been pounding the football. Teddy in, gives the play call. And about 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Let's see if they're going to run one more. And down set. They do. High snap. Quarterback keeper gets a block. Cutback throw. Wow, that might have been intercepted. Wow.
Wow, they are going to call it an interception.
Holy smoke. So it got batted around, landed on a guy or two.
It was very hard to tell from here as his back was turned to us and we couldn't see the ball at the ground. They are going to call it a Panthers ball.
So the Panthers get a little bit of a break after the interception. It gets batted around. And
that'll take us to the end of the quarter.
Yeah, so we're going to stay right with you guys for the quarter. And Stroman, let's talk about the coaching for the Tigers, right?
Yeah.
Start with me, Justin Leonard, the new head coach for the Tigers, excuse me. Take me through what we know about him.
Well, we know he was the D coordinator last year. He seemed like an old school kind of a guy. He seemed like somebody who just wanted mental toughness all around. Kind of similar to the Patriots, they went with the defensive-minded head coach. And so I think that means on the offensive side of the ball, a definite focus on running, because that goes right along with toughness, as well as the short passing game. I think we can expect to see a lot of that today too.
Absolutely. And now take me through a guy me and you are very fond of, Carlo Ferrante, a big addition to the defensive coordinator position.
Well, Link, I think the biggest thing about Coach Ferrante is that guys want to play for that man. They want to make that guy proud. And if you're a defensive player, you want to make a play for that guy, because you know he will love it. He'll reward you. I mean, Lincoln, I got nothing but good things to say about this man. Not only was he a good coach, he was also a great person. He really taught you a lot about life and how the game of football is a lot about life as well.
Absolutely. Unbelievable coach.
Well, Link, I do want to mention one thing, and I'm kind of surprised they didn't just run the clock out and just end the ball, and start the second quarter with it. Instead, they decided to run that play with like 2 seconds left and end up throwing that crazy pick.
Yeah, a little bit of sweep action from... sniffed out beautifully by Milner. That's going to be a loss of about 6, but there's some laundry on the field.
The offense going back anyway.
Great play by Milner to go up and swallow it.
We'll see, Link. Are you taking, what was that, a loss of 5, 6 or something? Are you taking 2nd and 16, or are you taking 1st and 20?
I take 2nd and 16.
And that's exactly what they do.
I like second downs. I don't like giving extra downs at all. A classic chat from the Littleton Tigers cheerleading team. A lot of new faces, but some things don't change.
No, I mean that chant has been around since the 70s. I think
so have the signs.
Still have the same signs. It's just a classic,
All right. 3-by-2 look, man in motion. Quarterback keeper, drop back pass, little out route.
Finds Gabino. Looks like we get the penalty yardage back.
Yep, so it's going to be 3rd and 10. And see, that right there, that's why I like the downs. I just prefer it that way. I don't like giving extra downs. 3rd and 11, you got to think they're going for it on 4th down.
No, especially because they're, just about at midfield.
And let's not forget that Shankaroo in the first quarter.
Yeah. I mean, you also have to expect, if the Tigers get this ball back, they're going to be taking a lot of clock off the board here. So this is seeming like a big, 3rd down for the Panthers.
If I'm Ayer here, I'm testing out a screen pass here, man. I think I'm running a screen pass.
I like
right
that too. You might get these linemen a little excited on 3rd down to pass rush. You might get them too far in the backfield. You can slip the screen under there.
All right, so 3-by-1 look. Drop back pass. Not a screen
Manchester
pass. Owen gets a hand on him. But it's big old Evan Fitzgerald with the sack.
Yeah.
That's going to bring up 4th and 16, and you don't have an option but to punt that.
No, now you can't go for it, Link. And that was great pressure by the Tigers' D-line, allowing that linebacker to come up there and make a stop.
Yeah, it was Owen Reedy who provided the initial pressure, missed the tackle, but then came up, and it was able to be swallowed by Fitzgerald.
All right, so last time this punter for the Panthers kicked, it was not the best of punts. So let's see what he's got. Oh,
high
high snap.
Reedy had a chance at it.
This one's a little better, but still not great.
Uh-oh, it didn't touch a Tiger. That was a Panther. It did not touch a Tiger. That was a Panther.
Let's see what the refs come up with here. That was sloppy all the way. He called for the fair catch and then let it bounce about halfway when it was down to him.
So it looks like they're going to down it.
They're talking about it.
And it was all said and done about a 20-yard punt. And it's Tigers' ball. The ref's into it.
They catch a break there, Link. It was very, very close. That kind of reminded me in the AFC Championship a while ago where Edelman almost hit his hand against that punt against the Chiefs.
Yes, absolutely. And Will's on the phone saying, he touched it. And me and you know dang well he didn't.
No,
So-
you can't mistake those red gloves, Link.
All right, so they gave the initial call, but the refs are still chatting right now.
They are. And it's
So I don't understand. You already talked about it, and you said it's going one way. So now you're going to talk about it again?
Yeah, well, and you see, and that's the thing, if they had replay, it would be one thing. They do not, so they have to go with the call on the field, and they already made the call. Unless they reverse it, which would just be ridiculous at this point. This should just be Tigers' ball.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was. We had a pretty good view at it. I think it was pretty clear it was off the Panther guy.
It was very close, and it was.
But if you're Littleton, why are you doing that? Why are you going? You should be saying kill, 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 kill,
Right.
kill. Wow, and they reversed the call. And Tigers are going to mouth off about this a little bit.
Yeah, Link, I just don't understand how you can make the call in the field and then talk about it and then make another call. I mean, it's not like they gathered on the field to talk initially about it, and then they made a call.
Right.
And then they're talking again now.
And it's not like they have replay down there, so they talked about it, made a call, and then they talk about it and make a different call.
One line judge must have saw it from a different angle.
He must have the inside scoop. He must have seen it.
He must have Panthers money line.
At least the spread. But anyways, if you're a Tiger, why are you in that area? You made a stupid play. You deserve to get burned for it. So Panthers ball.
Yeah, good point.
3-by-1, drop back pass. Pressure
Manchester,
again.
a lot of time.
Oh, ball! And that's Reedy. Big old 5-0.
Yeah, Manchester looking to his left, Reedy coming from his right to swallow that up, and he almost jarred that ball loose, Lincoln. Kind of good job by Manchester just to hang on to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Reedy says, I'll do it myself if you want to take the ball from me.
I've always been a big fan of Owen. Yeah, Owen Reedy. There's a lot of Reedies, man. It's hard to keep track. But Owen, I've always been a fan of this kid, man. He's always hustling, no matter what, no matter where the play is. He's always hustling towards the ball.
All right, so Panthers with a 2-back look. Oh, miscommunication. And that is big old Reedy again at the bottom of the pile, making another play.
Lincoln, it looked like a miscommunication there. It looked like Manchester wanted to hand that ball off, and Gabino was thinking he was making a block or something.
And now they're going to give Reedy a blow after those 2 plays.
2 huge plays in succession for Reedy. I mean, I'm telling you, this kid just has a nose for the football.
Yeah, it looked like it was either an bad option play or a little miscommunication on the play call, and now they find themselves third and a country mile. It's got to be third and about 28. Man in motion. Looks like they're going to do a little crackdown chip block. Screen pass. It's completed. Makes one miss, but then brought down eventually by Connor Parks.
Yeah, Gabino
Cody
there on the
Brooks.
reception. Kind of nothing left for Manchester to do. Just has to dump it down. And so, hey, Link, the Tigers made that big mistake. They muffed that punt. But, hey, they got them to go 3 and out from then. And now they're going to punt again.
Yep. So now they have a punt, and I remember Josh Crosswhite was unbelievable. Oh, high snap! Go get him, boys! Go get him! Just kick it. Yep. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Okay.
Wow.
All right, Milner. All right.
A lot going on in that play. High snap there. The punt, the snap on the last punt also looked high and almost got behind them. So Panthers got to be working on that.
So a high snap, it goes over. The Panther does the right thing when he gets to it. Is all right, just kick it, and makes it back to almost the line of scrimmage. And Milner with the catch and drop.
Yeah, good play by the Tigers there just to stay disciplined on that. That's not a play you can practice. It's not something you practice, and
I was just
the
gonna
Tigers
say that.
the Tigers did a good job, holding, making sure that they end up with this ball.
All right, so the Tigers offense trots out and a 3-by-1 look with the tight end. Brooks in motion. Teddy the flip. Milner out front to block. Gets a block. Brooks gets a sideline.
Down the side.
Oh! And excuse me. Uh-oh. Flag on the play.
Not again.
Holding. And this quite hasn't made it to the end zone, and all the Tigers are celebrating.
Yeah, Link, you could kind of see that. Just looked a little too clear. He was tiptoeing down the sideline. It was a good play by Bronco to keep his feet in bounds, but yeah.
If I'm the coach of the Tigers, I want a number. I want who. I want who's responsible for this.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they'll be running a little extra come Monday.
Maybe even after the game when you get back to the high school. All right, Alejandro's gonna get a blow here. He might have had some holding action in that play too. He looks like he's cramping up.
Still first down.
All right, so first down and 20 now after the.
Yeah.
Is a holding a 10-yard penalty?
It was going to be a holding, yep. And Link, not only does that touchdown come back, but you go back additional 10 yards. So that is just a real party rainer right on your parade.
All right, here 2-by-2 with one in the backfield. Tigers pretty confident in this look with the tight end. Man in motion. Milner gets a ball. He's got blockers out front. Makes one miss. Cuts it outside. He's got a sideline. And that was Bobby that finally brings him down after a gain of about 30.
And no flag on that one, ladies and gents, is just what you want to see. Great run there to get all that penalty yardage back and the first down all in one.
Yeah, great hole by the Tigers. The Tigers are really making their money on the outside of not running right through the middle of the box, but getting out to the edges, to the sidelines, and making plays, making men miss.
That was just your classic inside zone left run. Got to hand it to the line. Got to hand it to the right guard and the center there on that one, clearing that hole for Milner to go right through.
Alrighty. Man in motion. That's Branco. He gets the flip. They're coming back to the same play, but not the same result. Oh, that's a flag. You can't body slam.
There we go, and that's going to be 15, ladies and gentlemen, and a first down.
As a defensive lineman, I love to see a play like that. I love to see a guy thrown on the ground and just put in. But you can't do that. Rules are rules. Got to play by them.
No, and listen, if you're Ayer, I mean, that's big. You made a nice play. You had him wrapped up for no gain. And then you body slam them. You just can't do that. There's still a little confusion on the field. I think they're just working out the yardage.
Yeah, they're also going to talk about, you get caught with a second one of those, that's disqualification.
Penalty goes against the Panthers.
All right, so the Tigers get second and 1. No, that should be automatic first down.
Yeah, it is. I believe it is first, Link, but the guy hasn't changed that second down marker.
But they don't have the chain set, and the ball's on the 12-yard line.
Because the goal line is the line to gain.
All right, and Milner makes one, makes another, and
he's going to get in, Link.
Attaboy, Milner.
At first, he thought it might have been a gain of 3. Instead, he keeps his legs churning, keeps his pad level low, and just bangs right in there.
Yeah, he just kept the legs churning, pushing through the contact, and next thing you know, he's got 6.
Yeah, great drive there by the Tigers. And it's good that they take advantage of that big penalty there. You can't make that mistake if you're the Panthers. You got to stay clean. You can't body slam somebody in this situation. Now you're going to be down. You're down 13-0, pending this extra point.
Kicks good, holds good.
Broncos got it by at least 10 yards, and that's going to make it 14-0.
Good drive by the Tigers. Impressive. Made them pay.
Lincoln, we're looking at only 5 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the first half here.
I know. I'm getting tired just standing up here. Imagine how these guys feel playing two sides of the ball. Holy smokes.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it is really something. Small town. There's not a lot of kids in the school. Not a lot of kids playing football. You got to play a lot of positions. You got to play at least two sides of the ball sometimes, Link.
Yeah.
You got special teams, too.
There's a lot of talk in the last few years about these two teams joining forces combined for one program. And I don't think it would be a bad thing necessarily, but anytime you can keep your own program, you know, you want to do that. You want to keep it just your school.
No, yeah.
One group of
it just
guys.
wouldn't be right. It just would not feel right.
Now, if they said, hey, do you want to play with Tingsboro? That might be a different conversation.
Yeah.
You know, that drive was really on the back of Owen Reedy. He came up with two big tackles, got the ball back.
Yep. Tigers getting ready to kick this one off. Panthers, they need to have something here. They need to have something here before the end of the half. They have to show at least a little promise on
A little
offense.
life. I'm feeling a pretty good return here for the Panthers. I think they're going to muscle something up here.
Link, the last, for their sake, that would be good.
I think they're due.
The last two kickoffs, they've had some trouble receiving the ball.
I don't hate an onside kick here either. 7-4 doesn't look particularly ready to receive a ball. But a big kick. The back man fields it cleanly at the 15. Little cutback, but nothing doing. Brings it up to the 25. Probably should have let it go through the end zone if that's
They're in a spot. They're going to give them the 25 and a half, it looks like.
That kickoff.
You know, they're giving them all the way to the 26. I mean, I had them at the 24, but
as a returner, particularly in high school football, you can't mosey around.
No.
You know, your guys are not going to hold blocks for long periods of time.
No, you got to pick a direction and you got to go with it.
You got to get out of town because otherwise it's just a matter of time.
Right, and the second you cut it back, your blockers have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea where you are, and they have no idea who to block and where to get leverage. And they're going to start this drive off with a timeout, Link. That's
timeout, Panthers.
It's hard to imagine they come out and they call it timeout because they don't like the defensive look. I just don't think they were ready to run a play, which is kind of surprising considering they had a whole Littleton Tigers drive to think about it.
Talking about the returning and just getting after it reminds me of when Mike Lynn put in the return right play. And after about 5 minutes of running it in practice, he says, forget this. It's run straight from now on.
No, like it's kind of one of those things that it kind of just has to be arbitrary. It has to be in the moment, you know. You got to pick a lane. If you're a blocker, you got to see where that runner is going, and then you got to block in that direction. Nice little, I don't know what you want to call it. There's a word for it, a little cartwheeling and some flipping going on.
Jumping action.
From the Tigers cheerleaders. Looking very spry.
All I know is you or I couldn't do it.
No, I'd end up with a mouthful of rubber pellets.
All right, 2-by-1, 2 in the backfield. Quarterback keeper, nothing doing. Owen Reedy again on it.
You know, the Panthers keep going back to the well on those option plays and that QB keeper, and it's just not really doing much for him.
And King Prue, another guy that was sniffed it out right away. You know, I think at this point, all right, it's time to air the ball out now. You know, these options are just getting you 5 or 6 yards a play, but in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Pretty light in the student section today, Ben, huh?
Yeah, it is. It is. You know, you'd like to see a little bit more students. It is a Saturday. You know.
Yeah, you'd like to see a good crowd, everybody getting going, but roll out to right, nice completion, but a tackle.
Manchester's going to find Brady Queeron there, the senior, 6 foot, 180.
The foot's on the top.
Finds a sideline out. 6 foot's looking a little generous, but we won't nab him for it.
We'll let it slide this summer. Just don't come back next year trying to pull 6'1".
No, just don't tell me you're 6 foot to my face. That's all.
Everybody likes the stat sheets a little juiced, a little extra.
Yeah.
Myself, I always went 6'3", 235. You know,
Yeah.
that was kind of the right number for me.
Yeah. Just high heels right after dinner. What's the difference, you know?
All right, 2x2, one in the backfield for the Panthers. I'd expect another pass play, but they're going to hand it up the middle.
Gabino's gonna take it. He's gonna have enough for the first down.
Gabino,
It's gonna take some clock though.
Swallowed up again. That was Alejandro. He's having a day
Link,
emotionally.
one thing you got to take into account is they already called that timeout without even running a play. They might need that later on here.
I
as time
believe they
becomes an
already
issue.
used a timeout as well.
So we're thinking they only have one. Scoreboard doesn't show it, but we're thinking they only have one left, ladies and gents.
Absolutely, yeah. All right. Again, 2x2 with one in the backfield for the Panthers. Oh, a little false start there.
And they're going back.
Flag on the play.
You can see the frustration that Manchester had. I mean, you don't blame him. He's not getting much blocking, and he's got a false start there. And you can't say that's their first offensive penalty of the game, not even their second.
All right.
It's going to be first and about 15.
So they got trips to the top of your screen here. So this is likely going to be a throwing play because they don't run this formation often. But timeout Tigers, they didn't like it. Ferrante not happy with the look, the defense he called.
Yeah.
So he must have picked up the same thing I did. I've been saying all game 2x2 with the one in the backfield. They come out in 3x1. Trips left.
No. Yeah, there's been no secrets to this Panthers attack so far, Link.
Ben, I'd like to bring up one thing that's going to be important during halftime for the Tigers.
Oh, yeah.
And that is you guys staying with us to watch the halftime show. The Lady Tigers, they're going to be putting it on. They got music, they got dancing, they got chips and dip, everything you guys want. So make sure you stay with us, catch that show, and there'll still be a couple minutes to, get another refreshment and things like that after the show, all right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, these little high school cheerleaders, they always put on a show. Always, no matter rain or shine, they're going to be out there. They always have something choreographed. I believe that's the word for it.
Absolutely.
And they come prepared, Lincoln. What can you say? That's all you can ask for. So looking forward to it.
All right. 1st and 15 after the penalty. A lot of timeout actions. And they're going to come out in the same look. 3x1, trips left. Tigers expecting pass. They got 4 down linemen, 2 backers. They send one blitz. It's an option play. Run outside, makes one miss.
Got to get him down in bounds. They do that.
And that's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Great play call by the Panthers here. Everybody here was expecting a pass play, but they come out with the option. Quarterback flips it, and great run there by Manny Gabino.
They've been doing that a little bit here. We've seen some unorthodox calls from them, thinking that, it seems like a passing now, but then they come again and run it. So kind of keeping Littleton on their toes a little bit. Not sure what to expect. Littleton was definitely in his zone on that one.
Oh, no.
And that's going to give him the first. It's going to be offsides. It's like on number 54 of the Tigers.
Griffin McAllister. He's applied some good pressure today. He's done a good job getting up, getting downhill, getting after the quarterback, and making him get out of the pocket.
Yeah, he has. He's got those long arms. He's got that good edge rushing frame to get the separation with his arms, make a man miss, and then get in there to where the ball is at, where the quarterback is.
All right, Panthers back in 2x2. They're going to hand it off up the middle, quarterback keeper, and he's stuffed.
Just got to be careful after the play. Just got to be careful with the quarterback. You know how sensitive they are these days.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you one thing, Manchester, I mean, he's an athlete. He can make guys miss if he gets out in space. But the Tigers are just swarming him. There's nowhere he can go. He's got guys in front of him.
If nobody's
behind
blocking for him, he's going nowhere.
So the Panthers, 2nd and 13. They're coming out. 2-by-2 again, one in the backfield. Drop back. He's got some space. Oh, beautifully jumped by Brooks.
Nearly picked off by Brooks. That would have been a big one with just over a minute to go here.
3rd down.
Brooks, a good job of making up some ground, cutting back in front of the man, and almost had an interception. But also a good job done by Bobby to get out in space, make a throw. Obviously, he didn't see Brooks, so that's no good. But it was good to see a play trending in the right direction.
Right. I mean, hey, at least they're throwing the ball downfield, Lincoln. And, you know, Manchester runs out. It's tough because he's pretty much only throwing out one receiver that side of the field. It's not like he's going to throw way back across the field. So he kind of had to telegraph that one. And Brooks almost reading Manchester's eye and almost comes up with the pick.
All right, 3-by-1 trips to the short side, drop back, steps up into the pocket. Bobby makes a man miss, cuts forward. Oh, and he just gets swallowed.
Reedy's there to kind of give that outside contain. And then big number 55, Cormier, is going to come in to clean up the tackle. So great game tackling there by the Tigers.
All right, so 4th and about 15. 50 seconds to go in the half. So now the Tigers are thinking about, what can I get?
Owen Reedy a little slow to get up there, still limping across the Tigers' paw right about now.
Yeah, looks like he might have had. Hopefully, it's just the wind knocked out of him. Or
he's on his own power right now. Maybe, hopefully, more just tired than anything right now. Looks like he's going to be fine.
Yeah, sometimes you just need that slow walk and a water bottle to get things spruced back up.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the Panthers face quite a uphill mountain here with 4th and 15, so more than 15. And you just have to think, you know, I think they used their last timeout already, Link. So you have to think.
The Tigers are sitting on a couple.
If you're the Panthers, you know, do you... Yeah, you almost don't want to go for it here. I mean...
Well, it's 4th and 15. Let's not forget.
And you don't want to leave the Tigers with too much time here.
And we don't even know if Manchester can throw the thing 15 yards. We haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, they're going to boot this one.
But on the other hand, if you go for it, at least you know you're down there and the ball's not over your punter's head.
Yeah, true.
So, all right. They're going to punt. They bring out the punting unit. Nice snap. A good kick. All right, Tigers. Teddy receives it, catches it, gain of 8. All right.
37.
That's a good spot. That's good for the Tigers are happy with that. The Panthers are happy with that.
Well, Tigers got 45 seconds to do something here. See if they can kick a field goal. Broncos got a leg. We know he can do it. They just have to get in field goal range for him.
You know, I really just, call me old school, I really just don't like...
You take the knee here?
No. 45 seconds.
You got to be careful. If you're the Tigers, you cannot turn this ball over.
45 seconds, you're getting 10 yards a carry. We get the ball to start the second half, I'm told. Ben, let's run it down these guys' throat, dude. Like, let's get up and go.
I agree. Let's see what this first play is all about, Link.
Honestly, first play, I'd probably throw the ball. Oh my God!
They take a big timeout right there. They're probably they would probably need that, Link, coming down the stretch with 45 seconds.
That was Cooper Juergens.
Now they're in need of a big play. Now that kind of takes away the run because I believe they
I
only
think
have
it was
one time.
Alejandro that was maybe sipping on a little bit of water and didn't realize offense was on the field.
Yeah, we've seen that before, Link.
Oh, and you can bet there's going to be running for that.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, that's the type of thing that back in the day, nothing would get Mr. Lynn going. If you don't know, you know, what personnel team you're on, personnel group.
Let me take you back to the Millbury game. The Tigers ran a play for positive yards with only 10 of us on the field.
Yeah.
And you and I were on there, but we were missing our right tackle, and Gilly's super not. He got into the water, and we couldn't get him back out there.
Yeah. You know, hey, when your left tackle ain't out there, just run right. Just run right.
Boy, that guy got on us quick.
All right, 45 seconds to play, ladies and gents. Tigers either have one timeout or 0 timeouts. I wish I knew. I do believe they have one left, so I've been told.
3-by-1. Now you throw the ball, I think. Quarterback keeper. Oh, Teddy's got some speed. Get out of bounds, Teddy. Get out of bounds, Teddy. Teddy, on the flat. Teddy, we went through this last year with Teddy. Let's not forget the Tingsboro game.
Yeah.
Tigers going against a tough Tingsboro team.
Got to take it out.
They have a chance, again, to score at the end of half. Teddy makes a man miss. With 3 seconds to go, doesn't get out of bounds, cuts it up into the field. Tigers, no timeouts, end of the half. And Asante Easter was not a happy camper, to say the least, with Teddy.
No, he wasn't, and it looks like this is coming back anyway.
All right, so 37 seconds to go. 1st and 15. They still, we're assuming, have one timeout. I think you still run a play here, but I think it's on the conservative, see if it breaks, you know.
And this clock is ticking right now, Link.
Okay, then if that's the case, we're just kneeling it and we're getting out of here.
Yeah, they're either going to run this one or they're just going to kneel it.
Yeah, if the clock's running, all right, kneel. Ready, break, and let's go to halftime, get some water.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to tell Milner, just hang on to it. But, hey, if you get the ball in Milner's hands, who knows, he could bust this one, and they're just going to let it run out.
So they get up onto the line just to make them think a little.
And with that, time expires the first half.
Just to see an extra look. All right.
See what the defense comes out with.
Yeah. That's going to conclude the first half, and a great first half for the Tigers. They look solid all around there. That looked like they could run the ball. They look great on defense. That defensive line is getting a bunch of penetration, Lincoln.
Absolutely.
So this is looking like a great game so far for the Tigers, and I'm very excited to see what the second half has in store. Ladies and gentlemen, we do encourage you to stay with us here for the Littleton High School cheerleaders performance, as we mentioned before. So why don't you grab a snack, grab a drink, and just chill out and watch the show. We'll be right with you, ladies and gents, in about 10 minutes for the second half. Stay with us.
And don't forget about the Boys Across fundraiser, the yard sale, next Saturday at Littleton High School from 8:30 to 12:30.
put the model on the. I actually haven't.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. If you're just joining us, we're here at Alumni Field for the Littleton Tigers versus the Ayer Shirley Panthers here. The Tigers off to a wonderful start, ran the ball beautifully. They're up 14-0. Ayer Shirley's yet to get it together so far.
Yeah, Tigers back to receive this ball, and looks like see if they can push the 3 scores. First and foremost, let's give a big shout out to whoever's running the grill over at the Snack Shack. Hooked us up with a dog and a burger. Phenomenal food down there. Also, let's give a quick halftime shout out to everybody with LCTV. Mark, Corey, Damon, and Betts. They're doing all the the grinding, all the dirty work, so that you guys can hear our lovely voices.
Yeah, they're doing all the work behind the scenes, and we're just out here on game day getting it done. So, big credits to them.
So you guys might have noticed the cheerleaders did not perform at halftime. They made liars out of us. So apparently some are at a wedding. Who knows? Bad coordination, but
the main choreographer was not there, ladies and gents. So we were told. But hey, fair enough. If you're not going to have your best at halftime, I guess don't do it at all. Right, Link?
Absolutely.
All right, so the Tigers, as we mentioned, they're going to start with this ball. You're going to have it at the 24-yard line. So let's see what they got. Let's see if they continue to. You think they pass a little bit more, or they stick with the run? They'll probably stick with the run.
Yeah,
until.
Keep the ball on the ground. Keep the ball in Milner's hands. See what he can do with it. And that's what they'll do. They'll give it to him up the middle. Nice little
big hole. Cuts it back right. I believe that's going to be enough for the first. Yeah.
Absolutely. Great
Gain of
run
11
by
on
Milner.
first
down. I don't know about you guys, if you guys got into some snacks during halftime, but I'm starting to get a little sleepy. I had a hot dog.
Food coma.
I had a hot dog, and man, I'm getting ready to sit down. Anyways, Tigers are back. 1st and 10. Ball on the 35-yard line. Landon Palmer, the center. Teddy under center. In the shotgun. Brings a man in motion. Snap. Spin move. Loss of 3.
Yeah, really nothing there from the start. JT Bresnan coming in off the edge. Just gets a hold of the quarterback, and he ain't letting him go.
That brings up 2nd and 13 for the Tigers.
Yeah, this might be a passing down. They could try to run it here, but
yeah, they haven't had much for negative plays. But we'll see what they come up with now. I believe they have thrown the ball here, Ben.
Yeah, I think they've thrown it once, Link, and it was for that interception.
Absolutely, I remember now. All right, so 2-by-2 for the Tigers with the tight end. 1 man back. And handoff to Milner. Gets a little bit of a hole, makes 1 miss, makes another. And that's a gain of about 15. Great run by Milner, brought down by 3 or 4 Panthers.
I mean, Link, if you can run the ball on 2nd and 13 and gain 14, you'll just be doing that all day long. On top of that, you got a guy like Milner, and his legs just don't stop chugging until the last second when he's down on the ground.
Yeah, just keep it churning, keep it moving. Nice run. Great blocking by the line as well as the wide receivers.
You know, something that was a question going into the second half, were the Tigers going to be able to run the same way? And are the Panthers going to be able to stop it? Do they game plan something at halftime to stop the run? It does not look like they have an answer yet.
Absolutely. And run up the middle again between the tackles. A little bit less. You know, I think if you're the Panthers, you go at halftime, you get every one of your linemen and you pull them aside and just say, you guys are being run over like it's nothing, man. Like butter like a knife through butter. Like, I mean, you got to light a fire on them because these guys are getting ran over on both sides of the ball.
Right.
It's like they're coming out for offense, they're getting run over. And then like, all right, phew, that's done. Now let me go out on defense. And then they go out on defense and they get run over again. So you got to do something to stop it at some point. And you got to rally that line up. All right, 2nd and about 6. Man in motion, Brooks. Wow, that's a long developing play, but pretty cool misdirection play. And that's good for a first down for Teddy Hunt.
Yeah, really good play there. It was like, kind of like a option and a Statue of Liberty play combined. Whatever it was, it took about 3 seconds in the backfield, but it kind of tricked everybody. Tricked me up here in the booth.
Yeah.
It ends up ripping it down and gaining enough to move the chains.
So that one is a first down for Littleton.
Alejandro coming out of this one again. He's just been in and out of this game. Playing his guts out so far. He's seen a lot of hands on hips. It's a hot one out here, Link. We're clocking in about 82 degrees, and we got sun. And you know on that turf, the heat comes up from them rubber pellets down in the ground.
Yeah.
And so it's about 5 degrees hotter at least in the middle of that field right now.
Absolutely. You're warm. Make sure you're drinking the water. I saw them getting some ice out there and maybe had a fan going on the field. Just get these guys cool. Keep them ready to play. All right, so a flip pass to the outside. And that was Branco for a gain of about 3.
Yeah, brought on there by number 10 of the Panthers, Dominic Schiabarassi. Pretty good job to contain that Bronco for 3 yards.
This is a long developing drive. If you're the Panthers, you got to find a way to nip this because you can't drop 3 scores. You can't do it. So you got to find a way to stop these Tigers.
Now coming up just about almost halfway done with this quarter already.
Alrighty, for the Tigers, 2nd and about 7. 4 down linemen for the Panthers. And they're going to go up the middle again. And they should drop them short this time.
Zach Milner.
And Milner will still get about 2.5. But 3rd and 6. All right, so now 3rd and 6. The Panthers got to come up with something here. All right. In this territory, it's probably 2 down, so you really need a negative play here. You got to hold them.
Do you think the Tigers pass this ball, or do you think they run it on 3rd down? If they don't get it, then they're coming back out and they're running it again on 4th.
I think the Tigers stay on the ground, man. I really do.
I think you have to. Also, if you pass and it's incomplete, you stop the clock. And this clock is just bleeding right now. You're already up by 2 scores. If you can keep this clock moving, you keep your hands on the ball, I mean, you're going to win this one with ease.
Yeah, situationally, Teddy's he hasn't had all camp of being the quarterback reps, not the natural quarterback. So you keep the ball on the ground here and see what you get. Oh, quarterback keeper. Teddy makes a man miss, and he'll roll forward. He got the first down on that.
If not the first down, very close. And that line judge on the far side gave him the first down initially, but he saw the other line judge opposite of him go back a little short. and they move it back just maybe half a yard, and it's gonna be 4th and about 1.5, 4th and a long yard.
So no question you go for it here. 4th and 1 at the 40-yard line, 39-yard line.
Yeah.
Now it's just the play. Do you go play action?
If they have the tush push play installed, the Philadelphia Eagles special.
Wedge on red is what we used to call it back in the day, but they're not going under center.
I just give this to Milner and just run it straight.
Yeah,
Don't dance around, just run it right up the gut.
And I think if you're the Panthers, you're sending everybody. You're blitzing up the
Link, one of the main keys that you were talking about is playing clean ball. And on the Panthers side, I mean, this is a very, very sloppy game for them so far. They've made a lot of mistakes. Now the Tigers haven't been perfect either, but they've kept it together. Now the Panthers have started to unravel here with some of these timely penalties.
Yeah, this happens later in the game. You're getting a little tired. You're just focused. I mean, this has got to be like what, a 6-7 minute drive?
Yeah, I believe 7-minute drive, Link. It's a long one. It's a time bleeder. It's a time consumer.
So, I mean, you got to think these guys are tired. They're gassed, man. 7 minutes of getting it put down your throat. Mm-hmm. You're getting a little tired. I'd go right back and go on 2
Absolutely.
Again. Milner, but he'll be stacked up.
Face mask, another mistake there. That was a little bit of a sensitive call, but Matthias Bayard is going to get called here on a face mask. A little sensitive of a call.
Yeah,
but another mistake.
It didn't necessarily mean to grab it, but I mean, Ben, that's got to be called. You grab the face mask.
You turn the head back like that, you got to call it, and especially at this level.
There's no other option. So, anyways, that'll bring up first down for the Tigers.
Another first down, Link.
Another
one. All right, and the clock's just going to keep on running.
This is like when you're playing Madden and you're just running the ball down the guy's throat, and it's like he's not even going to get the ball because the drive's taking so long.
You put that shoe clock feature on, and that's all she wrote.
And now, 4 minutes to go in the third. Tigers haven't even sniffed the ball yet, and the Panthers haven't. Tigers are on the 11-yard line. Quarterback keeper.
Another keeper.
Teddy up the middle, being dragged. Keeps pushing. Keeps
pushing.
And he'll be down at about the 2-yard line. A great physical run by Teddy Hunt. Just keep the legs churning.
Yeah, Link, really good run there. And maybe a little slow to get up, maybe a little gimpy, but it looks like he'll be all right. Just going to get the play in here.
And that's what you hate about those quarterback keepers is you really can't give him a blow. He's got to strap it back on and get back in there.
Yeah, Teddy Hunt, I mean, took about 4 Panthers to bring him down. You thought maybe he could keep the legs turning just for 2 more yards, get into the end zone. Nonetheless, Tigers are in great shape here, and they look to stuff this one in here.
All right. 2nd down and about 2 to go to the goal
Tigers
line.
in the eye for him.
Hand up the middle, Milner in with ease.
Just walks right in there, Lincoln. And this Tigers O-line is fired up, and they're clearing holes. He just said, hey, Landon, just block down to the right, and I'll just run right to your left, and that's all it's going to be, baby.
Yeah, the offensive line, the whole group of them is doing a great job today. Owen Reedy, Landon Palmer, I mean, you name it. Everybody's doing a great job up front. Alejandro, he's been doing a good job. Griffin McAllister, another guy who's been they're just making a hole and everybody's running right through it.
Some sort of flag, Link, on the play.
Oh, that's going to bring it back.
Probably after the play.
Celebration, maybe?
Yeah. And these high school refs will be very sensitive on that. You got to keep your mouth shut after you score. You definitely can't be, physically doing any dancing, any celebrating, or else they will call it.
There was a flag on the play that would be enforced on the kickoff.
So the flag's going to be enforced at kickoff.
Shouldn't be a big deal for the Tigers kicker. Branko's pretty good. We saw him in warm-ups hitting from 40 pretty consistently. So
Yeah, that's just a toe ball. That's just a walk-up, two-step, toe it, and it's in. Yeah, Link, this kid was hitting from 45, a little left to right with the wind, and he was playing a nice little draw, a nice little cut right in there.
Yeah, right around, wrapped around the goalpost. See you later. Great leg on this kid.
Yeah. Wind picking up here a little bit at Alumni Field. Just a little bit. You can hear it. You can hear it just a little bit on the broadcast. Feels good here in the booth. I'm not sure how it sounds at home, but it definitely feels good.
I can assure you there's not a tornado yet. All right, Ben, special teams, take me through it. This is where if you're one of those guys on the cusp, you can earn a name for yourself, get yourself some starting reps. So, what do you got to do if you want to get yourself some plays when you're on special teams?
I would say first and foremost, you got to stick to doing your job. You can't be doing too much. You got to stay in your lane, and you block the guy who's ever in your lane. You have an assignment. You have a guy that you're blocking, and you have a lane that you're covering on the if you're on the kicking side of things. You got to stay in that lane. If the runner comes in your lane, then you take it. If he's in somebody else's lane, that person's going to take it. It's all about containment, and it's all about not being afraid to go down the field and just run down there as fast as you can and deliver a hit. That's what it's all about.
Absolute kamikaze. Just run down there and blow somebody up. Myself, I wasn't a fan of it.
No, I wasn't either. Luckily, I stayed off kickoff team. Now, kick return was a different story, but luckily most of the time I was off kickoff team back in the day.
I definitely spent a lot of time on kickoff, and it's not a job you love to have.
They squibbed this one right up the gut. Looks like Dominic Schiabarese is going to take it.
Swallowed up at the 35-yard line. So one of the better returns for the Panthers. The Tigers went with the squib.
They went with the squib.
A little easier to handle for that back man.
Yeah. You also have to imagine a little better field position for the Tigers, not only because of the squib, but also because of that penalty they had after they scored the touchdown, who moved the kickoff back.
So now, 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
Link, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
So high school, obviously, they just have the traditional kickoff. In the NFL, we're seeing what they call the dynamic kickoff. You think those rules make it to the high school level at any point, as there's a hand up off the middle for about 2 yards? Not much doing. Great defense there from the Tigers.
Myself, no. I don't see it coming to the high school level anytime soon, within 10 years. I don't. I think that the high school level, it's just the game's played at a different speed.
Right, a lot slower.
Yeah, I don't see it coming anytime soon because onside kicks and kickoffs it's a whole different ball game at the high school level. It's a whole different, it doesn't go as far. Kids are not kicking it through the end zone. It's played just so much different.
Now the false start here for the Panthers. Yes, I agree, Link. I agree. Now here's the thing though. If in the NFL they're like, they find at the end of the season, wow, this is, saving a lot of preventing a lot of injuries. It's just overall a win. Then maybe you think in the future, maybe there's a case for it to be, implemented at the high school level. But for now, Link, I agree with you 100%. Just stick with the traditional. More exciting plays will happen. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Looks good.
Yeah, Tigers look very good, very good.
So I formation under center. Owen Reedy with some pressure again. Oh, that's a slam.
It's a slam.
But no flags, no flags, no flags.
And he is fired up after that one. Good physical play there by Reedy. Doing just enough to make a nice physical play, but also not have a penalty called on.
Yeah, so you'll notice it looks very similar to the play Ayer had earlier that causes the penalty. The difference is, in the Ayer case, the defender clearly lifted him up and just slammed him down. Owen, a little bit more of a throw side to side. You can get away with that.
But the quarterback's momentum was taking him in that direction.
Absolutely. So. Another great play by Owen. He's had a heck of a game.
Yeah,
he's been a standout for that defensive line.
Yeah, and the offensive line for the Panthers has not been good at all. Manchester just running around for his life back there. Here's more pressure by Reedy.
Steps up, airs it out, has a man open. Oh, great play to high point the ball. That was Brady Queeran, the senior, 5'9".
Yeah, Manchester, like I was just saying, kind of running for his life. Good pressure there by Owen Reedy. But Manchester steps up into the pocket and delivers not a bad ball over to his man Brady for a big, big gain. They needed that one.
Yeah, a little bit of a push in the back, but let him play, man. That's part of high school football, is getting a little physical down there. 50-50 ball, go up and win it, and Brady did just that. Panthers driving. I have to have it drive, and the Panthers say, all right, we're ready to go. Let's roll up our sleeves. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter, and the Panthers starting a big-time drive for what could keep them in this game.
Yeah, Link. Like what you were getting at before this quarter, and the Tigers looking. I mean, they were looking good. They're still looking good, but that was a massive play for the Panthers there. They needed something there on third down, and they got it.
1 quarter to go.
Absolutely. Ben, I know you find yourself in the midst of a position competition in a flag football league that runs here on Sunday mornings. Take me through that. I mean, you're in the middle of a QB competition battle. They say you're starting tomorrow morning, so congratulations. That's big news.
Thank you.
How are you going to look to kind of make the most of your drives, tomorrow to keep that starting job?
Just like any quarterback, and especially quarterbacks at the high school level. Not that I'm at the high school level, but I'm just trying to relate this. You just have to stay in your lane. You have to stay in your lane. You can't make the big mistakes, and you can't try to do too much. You try to do too much, you end up making a mistake, and that's what you don't want. So don't be the hero. Get the ball into your guys' hands. Let them do what they do. Trust your teammates, and that's all she wrote.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, congratulations again on that. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I don't think that's going to be covered, but always make it down, drive down. You guys got plenty of parking. So now, Panthers, I formation. They're going to do some round-pound physical football. Oh, ball's out. Everybody kind of stopped.
Lincoln, they went into the playbook and they said, what's the most simple play we got? And it's right up the gut. And the running back's going to follow the fullback, and they still could not get the play off.
Yeah, it almost sounded like there was a whistle or something. Everybody kind of stopped for a second and then kept rolling, and the ball was on the deck.
I don't know if Manchester turned the wrong way, but it looked like he was trying to give it to his fullback. But his running back was the one who was supposed to get the ball. Definitely a broken play there. Somebody had a messed up assignment on that one.
Yeah, kind of a new look, little wishbone action coming in.
Yeah.
And looks like they're going to kind of stay in it with 3 back. Quarterback option. Run down. Oh, gets the sideline. And a nice stick, but an even better run by Manny Gambino.
Yeah, Gambino on the run. Haggerty on the tackle. And, if you're Haggerty, good on you. Gambino's definitely got some pounds on you, but you tackle him low. And that's what Gambino did. He put his shoulder pad right on the hip, wrapped him up, brought him down.
Definitely hit your head. Definitely a little bit of a concussion. But, the concussions you don't mind because you can hide. You can play through them, You can just kind of keep cranking.
Yeah, just like Tua,
Yeah, poor. Yeah, that's less fortunate, but... Now the Panthers
certainly won't be playing through that.
Again with the wishbone. They're finding a little success in it, 3rd and 5.
Bresnahan in the backfield. Lead blocker.
Got to get to the sideline. Oh, big tackle by Teddy Hunt with a little bit of taunting at the end. Teddy's got it. Teddy loves to play with a little bit of fire.
He
loves to do it.
He does.
Personally, when it's 4th and 6, I don't love to play with fire right then myself, but man, he loves to do it, and that's what brings the dog out in him.
No, and as long as the ref don't throw a flag, it's okay.
All right, so I have to have it play here, Ben. 4th and 6. I think you got to roll out. I think you got to roll out right and get people coming across the field. I just can't see you running the ball.
Yeah, I think they're going to run some sort of an option here.
Timeout, Panthers. They got to think about this. This is the game. This is the game right now. And the Panthers need a big play, and I don't think the wing T is going to do it, Ben.
No.
I want to throw the ball. I want to roll. I want Bobby rolling to his right. I want guys coming across from the left at different levels, and he can make a play or maybe make a play with his legs and maybe bring a tight end in to help block. You know,
Link, I think maybe they came out, wing T, wishbone, whatever you want to call it. I think they came out in this formation just to try to simplify the game a little bit. They haven't had success running any offense so far here. But to your question about the 4th and 6 and about what you want to do here, I mean, it's tough to say, hey, we want to roll this kid out. You've had very little success passing. You've had very little success running. So that's why I think it's an option play. If there's a wide open hole, you hand the ball off. Yeah. If not, then you've got to dump it down low. But
on the flip side of the coin is they've ran option for 4 plays in a row, and it's 4th and 6.
Yeah.
All right, Panthers. Looks like they're going to be in the wing T. I mean, they've had the most success in that formation today so far. With 9:30 to go. 1 to the high side, 1 to the low on the hash marks. Panthers, biggest play of the game here. Game on your stick. Fake up the middle, roll out pass to his right. Comes back to his left, throws it up. He's got a man. Oh, but incomplete pass. But a flag on the play, Ben. A flag out by the quarterback.
Might be roughing. Manchester a little slow to get up. It is going to be a personal foul, and it is going to be roughing the passer, it looks like.
On the defense. I mean, this is when you wish you had replay, because I would like to really see this in real time, what happened. And if it's bad, you can bet I'm taking whoever did it out of the game, and I'm sitting him on the sideline for the rest of the night.
You can't have a play like that situation. It gives the Panthers some life here when you had them dead to rights.
The game was over. You're up 3 scores with 9 to go, and you're getting chunked
dead to rights, Link.
And now, because somebody's got to be a hero. Somebody has to get the big last hit, and this is what they get.
We were just speaking about that, talking about, being quarterback and having a good game plan. Like, you can't try to be a hero, You got to stay in your lane. You can make a big play, but you can't try to be the hero and make a mistake.
Absolutely.
And set your team back.
All right, so the Panthers go back to the ground, and they're going to get probably 5 yards there on that play. I'll tell you, if the Panthers were to come back and win this game, that play.
That's the one you're going back on.
That's going to be the one you're going to think about tonight. Mm-hmm. And you know what the thing is, Ben? When me and you go to sleep tonight, we're going to be thinking about that play. But none of them are. That's the difference.
Yeah, another big play was that conversion they had on 3rd down. About 3rd and 15, they were able to get a 20-yard pass.
All right, staying in the wing T, 2 behind. Hand up, quick fullback up the middle, and that's a 1st down for the Panthers.
They're having success running this ball, but if they're going to run it like this, they got to hurry up.
Yeah, this formation, it just sucks the clock dry, so you really got to keep it up. This is, again, why I like to have hand signals. I can't be having my quarterback run to me, jog back to the huddle, tell the center, tell the team, run up to the line. That takes 45 seconds every single play you run. We got to have a sense of urgency. We got to speed it up.
We're going to be ticking down below 8 before this play's run.
All right, and they're going to give it to the halfback this time, and it won't do much.
Gabino stopped. I think he gained 0.
All right, so let's take a look, Ben. Clock's at 7:50. All right, so the play just ended. The clock's at 7:50. Let's see how long it takes them to run a play.
Yeah. You have to question some of this coaching. I mean, take us back to last game of the season. I believe it was right before halftime. They had the Tigers. The Panthers were driving all the way down. They had the Tigers way stuck back in their own end. I think the Panthers were on like the Tigers' 4-yard line and ready to score. And instead, the quarterback spikes the ball on 4th down. And from a coaching perspective, your player has to know not to spike it.
All right, wing tee. Oh, false start. But what's the clock at? 7:15.
It was about
45
30
seconds.
About 30, 40 seconds on that
Somewhere
line.
in there.
Yeah.
That's 35 seconds. That's too long.
It is way too long. It's way too long, and if you're the coach of Ayer Shirley, you have to think, all right, I know we haven't had a lot of success, but we got to get going if we want a chance to win this.
Right. All right, 2nd and 15.
Yeah, they're taking their sweet time, and this clock is still running after the
Again,
false
it's
start.
churning. It's just churning off. Again, and then you have the offsides. So now you're looking at a minute and a half since your last play. Second and 15, drop back pass, swing pass, intercepted. Beautiful play. Read it absolutely to a T. That's Jake Taglieri with the interception on the swing pass.
Yeah, Link, you're dang right about him reading that. It's right from the beginning. They pulled a little bootleg action. They wanted to throw a little underneath route to Gabino in the flat.
And he's a freshman, I believe.
Yeah.
Big boy for a young kid and making a good play, right? Reminds you a lot of Andrew Milner when he was a freshman.
Yeah.
He's got some size to him. And, pretty impressive play for him in his first ever game.
Yeah, and, Manchester, he was looking over there at Gabino that entire play. And good by Jake T, just reading the quarterback's eyes, seeing Gambino's out there in the flat, and coming upfield to make a play. That's all instinctual, Link.
Absolutely. So the Tigers' first possession was 9 minutes and change. And now they have the ball with 6:40 to go. So in theory,
They can run this one out, Link.
based off what my data analytics tell me,
And that's going to help them.
chunk yardage. So now for the Tigers, all right, let me roll over. Let me start moseying over to the coach. Let me get my game call, my game plan. All right, then I'll mosey back to now it's just everything slows down.
Yeah, yep. Link, a bit of a change. Last season to start, the Tigers played this team week 1. It was 7-0. It was 7-0 Tigers. Now we're looking at 21-0. It was a weird lightning game. Kind of got postponed.
Yeah, we were
Lasted
out
2
there on the
days.
Friday night. And then you came back to finish it off on Saturday.
Yeah.
All right, handoff up the middle. Milner rolls.
Gonna get enough for the first down. Chugging. And ladies and gents, this is just pure dominance from your Tigers. There's just not much the Panthers can do at this point. They look very tired out there. We're seeing a lot of hands-on hips out there, and that is from the defense. And that is just not – it means you're tired is what it means.
Yeah, little hands on knees bent over. That's –
Yeah.
they're gassed.
Yeah. Ayer Shirley's team looking just about as big as the Tigers team, so not a lot of subs. Not a lot of subs.
Pretty good matchup. Pretty good matchup. Tigers went out and won it today. And they're just going to hold it for this clock. Keep bleeding it dry. All right, hand goes up. That means you got 10 seconds. All right, let's run it. Flip over to Branco. Running, hits the sideline, loss of 5. And that was big old 74, who we don't have listed on our player sheet.
Yeah.
But we'll give the credit to 72, Noah Cristoforo, the 5'10", 160 freshman.
Lincoln, I'm pretty surprised they went to go run the end around to the short side of the field. Tigers are kind of lucky. You got not really like it matters in this situation, but you'd think the Tigers would just want to keep the ball on the ground for sure. Instead, they run the end around. If Bronco, it's looking like Bronco was heading out of bounds if he wasn't tackled inbounds there. So interesting play call there, trying to bust one out. I get it.
Yeah, a little bit of sweep action.
Hand off to Milner. Gonna take it right on the right side. It's going to get about maybe 4. But that's, I mean, you'll take 4 yards. You'll take 4 yards on second down when you're trying to bleed the clock out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so this brings up 3rd and 6. 3:38 to go. I mean, you can just see this clock just drain now.
I mean, like, do you might as well run it again, or do you try to just end the game with it and get the first down?
Yeah, stick on the ground. Unless you want to try something, of course. You want to try something with Teddy, see what he's capable of. All right, 3rd and 6.
You know, you have to think if they don't get this, then they'll probably definitely be going for it on 4th.
Yeah, but that's not going to be a problem as Milner busts it out for 15.
And he is still rumbling, bumbling, stumbling on down to the 39-yard line. And, you know, I don't want to speak too soon here, Lincoln. You know, I'm a conservative guy, but I think this one's over.
Yeah, absolutely. Right about now, I wish me and you were down over at Worcester State, and that is where Plymouth State is teeing off against Worcester State. A couple of buddies of ours, Braden Lynn, Josh Crossway, a couple of Littleton alumni who had very successful careers here. They're in a game down there. 21-21 is the score. And hopefully they can get on the winning side of things as well as the Tigers close this one out today.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Just going to be running the shotgun here. Expect them to run this one, folks. They give it to Jake T. He's the same guy who came up with the interception, so they're going to reward him a little bit with some offensive touches.
Yeah, see what you got in some of these other guys, you know.
You know, Jake T, man, he's a big guy, and these Panthers, they're trying to tackle him up too high, and you try to tackle a big guy up top. I mean, you ain't bringing him down easy.
Yeah, Brooks looks like Branko's going to get a blow here. His night will probably be over. Great game from him. This is when you want to take some of those guys out. Some of those guys you can't risk losing in a garbage time like this. Teddy Hunt's in there because he probably still needs the practice if he wasn't at quarterback during camp. So I'd like to see him air it out here myself.
catch people off surprise.
Yeah. All right, 2 by 2, 1 back. And that's the kneel, or as we like to call it, victory formation. So the Tigers fend off the Panthers in a 21-0 game. Ben, it was a great game.
It was.
You know, Tigers did a great job.
Dominating performance from the Tigers, and Link, I think they were listening to you when you gave out the keys to this game, because you were saying, hey, let's be clean. Let's be clean on offense. Let's run this ball a lot. And let's be dirt-nosed in the trenches. Let's be hard-nosed players on defense. And that's exactly what they did. Ayer Shirley was outplayed in this match. No doubt about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So 20 seconds to go in the game. But the game is over. Tigers 1-0, Panthers 1-1. Ben, take us through it.
Well, Link, I just was talking about how well they ran this ball. The Panthers did not have any answers for it. And when the Panthers were down, they were taking their sweet time, but they still couldn't run anything. Next Friday, ladies and gents, we're going to be in Tyngsboro. That should be a great game. Another rivalry, per se, against your Littleton Tigers and the Tyngsboro Tigers. So it will be a battle of the cats. That should be a great one.
And don't forget, big shout out, all of LCTV, the whole crew, keeping us up, keeping us running our mouths. And Ben, not much else to say. We're 1-0. Time to party. Don't put yourself above the team.
Right. You chips and soda tonight, guys. Chips and soda.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week against Tyngsboro, and hope you all have a good weekend and enjoy some football tomorrow. And thank you from here in the booth.
All right. For Lincoln Palmer, my name is Benjamin Storman, and we'll be signing off. We'll see you next week on LCTV Sports. Thanks for watching.